based on a true story. There's nothing that makes a story more fascinating than those 5 little words. In honor of Mystery Thriller Week, today I'm going to share with you some of the real-life tragedies and my own personal experiences working in Asia's fashion industry that inspired my book, The Tokyo Cover Girls. When I was 16 years old, I moved to Tokyo to work as a fashion model. The night before I left for Tokyo, one of my friends, Andrea, was helping me pack when she suddenly started crying. We were sitting in my bedroom trying to decide between the pink bikini and the purple one piece when tears started streaming down her face. "I can't believe you're really going there," she said. "What if something happens and I never see you again?" I don't know what horror story was running through her mind at the time, but that was how it was. Half of the people from home thought my modeling trip was an amazing opportunity, and the other half thought I was going to die. Most of my first days in Tokyo were spent being driven from casting to casting by our manager in a gray van with dents on the side and a droopy roof. One night, after our last casting, he pulled us over to the side of the road and said we would have to walk home because he was taking the vehicle to a mechanic. I didn't think much of it until I heard one of the other girls snickering as we walked down the street. "You know he's lying, right?" she said. "This is just their way of punishing us for not getting any bookings yet." I didn't believe her. After all, I was alone in a foreign city on the other side of the world. The manager and the agency were the closest thing I had to parents. They were supposed to be taking care of us, not punishing us for something that wasn't our fault. About a half an hour later, I was walking past the agency and couldn't help but notice a banged-up-looking van parked on the side of the curb. She had been right. I didn't eat much back then. I mostly lived on Diet Coke, black coffee, and a brew of carrots and cabbage that tasted like my sports bra after an hour-long run. One night, I was sitting at my home stinking up the apartment with my stew when the phone rang. It was my booker, and she wanted to know what I was eating for supper. If this hadn't been the same lady who had been measuring my hips daily for the last month, I might have thought she was hoping for a dinner invite. Instead, I started to feel a ball welling up in my stomach. Before I could answer, she started berating me, telling me I had better not be eating pizza because the client who I was scheduled to shoot lingerie for the following day had seen me and thought I had gained weight and was now threatening to cancel me. I hadn't eaten anything that wasn't as unappealing as old laundry in weeks, and yet I still felt so ashamed that I wished I was flushing myself down the toilet minutes later instead of the soup.